What? An RPG Maker stream? No way, man. Today, excuse me, today I'm going to work on what is going to be the next create a mechanic video for the YouTube, which is creating HM-like moves, kind of like a Pokemon game. So you look at like strength, fly, cut, dig, which is not an HM, it's a TM, but like dig takes you back to the place, the like major town that you were at last, stuff like that. So we're gonna be working on that today. Colette, good to see you. How you doing? I hope life's treating you well. This is also going to be recorded and put up on the YouTube. It's kind of a creative mechanic work in progress. Let's find a sample map that would be good for practicing strength on. Strength is the one that I want to start with, which is going to be like moving trees or moving boulders, stuff like that. So let's find a map here that would be designed well for that. That fits the setting. I think, yeah, let's try the mine. I think I like the mine. Edit the name of this, and we're gonna call this strength. Actually, we'll put in brackets HM and strength. Okay. Can I assume these tracks are passable? Like we can walk on them, but let's test it anyways and see. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Okay, we can walk on the train tracks. That's good. Actually, we could do like a mechanic here too, where you can like push the cart and it'll go along the train tracks. But I just wanted to make sure that the train tracks were passable. So, here, and here maybe? Or we just do a line of 3 here. Let's do that. Let's do a line of 3 here, and then let's create a quick treasure chest. And we'll just throw a random item in here. Let's do the dragon bow. Throw the dragon bow in there. And we're gonna make. They'll be common events, but let's call these boulders for now. And what's in the tile set? Is there a boulder in the tile set somewhere? There didn't seem to be a good boulder in the tile set. Let's see if... Oh, here we go. I forgot there's a boulder section. But we'll just have it... I mean, they have different directions, which is a little weird, but we'll just leave it at this one. Change that to boulder. Okay. Just gonna copy this. Actually, let's just start with this one for right now. Okay. Now the goal is... Excuse me. If you have a certain skill in your inventory, or on your character, or you could do it like if you have a certain item, you could really do it any way you wanted to. We're gonna try to stay fairly true to Pokemon, and we're gonna make it a skill. If you have a certain skill, then you can walk up to the boulder and move it. Essentially, now that you have this skill, you'll be able to walk up to the boulder and move it. So let us just create... This is under reserved. Nothing happens here. I don't know why it says reserved. Below are spaces for when you would like to display things. Above skills when you open the menu. Below are spaces for when you would like to display things. Above skills when you open the menu. Interesting. Okay, that's a little strange. I'm not really sure why it's worded like that. I think that's a little confusing. I think I get what it's trying to say, but it's I don't know why they named it like that. It's very weird. Okay, let's call this just call this strength, and we'll give it a fist icon, or maybe we'll just give it a star icon, indicating it's like a special skill. Allows you to move boulders around the map. Okay, occasion. We'll just say you can never use this, or we could have it where you have to go into the menu and activate it. I wonder if that would be a better way to do it. Just eating some food. How are you, and how's the new setup? So the new PC has not come in yet. The new PC comes in on Wednesday, which is not tomorrow, but the next day. I'm pretty excited about that. I do have to take this setup down and figure out how I'm going to rework things, because I'm going to have a 2 PC setup. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that just yet. I also want to rework some things as far as having a place for chat that's easier to read, and I have the stream decks on the desk and everything. I really have to do like some deep planning to figure out. I know when Wednesday is. Well, you never know. I mean, especially for people, which I know you don't work overnight, but for me, when I was working overnight, it was so hard to keep track of days, or like days were different for me, because I worked overnight. It's like what the beginning of the day was for somebody else was very different for what it was for me. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But that's just an old habit that I have from third shift, working so much third shift. The barcode's still on the bottom of this. Or is that? Yeah, the barcode. What are you getting into to Colette? How's everything been going? We're just actually going to have this allow you to use from the menu. I don't think there's an option here for it to turn a switch on, but we could have it activate a common event that turns the switch on. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and just pick the third common event here. No MP cost, no TP cost, scope, none, I guess. We don't need any of that. No required weapon type or anything like that. Magic or special? I mean, we'll just put this under special, I guess. And now we have to give it to somebody. Who is the main character? What class is the main character? Swordsman. So we'll give this to the swordsman. Actually, let's just for practicality's sake, let's just put an NPC here, and we'll have them teach. We'll have them teach strength. So, heard you like to push things. How's about I teach you how to push boulders? Actually, let's do a show choices. Oh, never mind. I forgot. You have to. There we go. Show choices. Yes or no. If no, fine then. Never mind. If yes, I was gonna say like, oh, do 100 push-ups or something, but it doesn't matter. We'll just do, okay, here you go. And we want to change skill. Give Reed strength. Learn. Okay. Now Reed has strength. Or Reed will have strength once we talk this in. So this common event, we want to call this, we'll just call this strength. And because we're having this skill. I'm trying to get out of it having to activate 2 common events. But I don't think that's possible. We'll just call this one turn strength on, and then we'll call this one strength. I don't know, what should we call it? Strength reaction, or we'll just call it strength process for now. Okay, so turn strength on. This is going to turn I want to do this through the use of a switch, or if the player just has the skill. We wanted to use it. We wanted to go through a switch, right? Because we want you to activate the skill first before you can move boulders around. You could actually do this one of 2 ways. You could have somebody, like, once you have the skill, you can just do it, or you can have it to where you have to activate the skill first, then you can do it. Since the inspiration is supposed to be Pokemon, I guess we'll do it where you have to activate the skill first. Also, I'm going to change the exposure on the camera because it is like super, super bright right now. Probably because I'm right in front of the window. All right, there we go. We'll do it where you have to activate it first. And so we'll have it turn on as a switch. So let's create this switch here, and then we'll call this strength activated. And we want to turn this on. So when we use that skill, it's going to turn strength on. Strength activated is on. And now we're going to start the strength process. Now, strength process is what is going to happen when on player touch, when you touch this boulder. And it's going to activate the common event strength process. Now in the strength process, we want to start an overarching conditional branch. So let's do if switch strength activated is on, then actually we want to add an else branch to that. Kind of creating a lot of this as I go, so this might be I might also think about this later and kind of refine things too. So we have the skill that turns strength on, activated. And then if strength activated is on, and you'll see why we don't have this set as a trigger for this, because this is what's going to be playing when you run into the boulder. And what we're going to have happen is if you run into the boulder and strength is not activated, it's going to give you a message that says this boulder looks like it could be pushed. There's something for input, right? For player input. I'm pretty sure like it's like if button is pressed. Do another conditional branch. Yeah, there it goes. If button OK is being pressed. I'm not sure how this will work. The reason I want to create something like this is that since this is set to player touch, the message for strength for, hey, this looks like it could be pushed, is going to pop up every time you run into it, not when you actually interact with it. So I'm hoping that this will make it to where it only happens if you interact with it. This boulder looks like it could be pushed. Okay, if strength is activated, right now nothing happens. Else, if the OK button is pressed, this boulder looks like it can be pushed. So let's start here, and then we'll go ahead and test that part and see if that works. Oh, see, we already have a problem. It's moving. But this is working the way we want it to, where it says if the OK button is pressed, then this thing happens. But we just need to make sure it's got the walking animation off. Or uses the walking animation while the character is moving. I feel like we want to turn direction fix on, but then it's going to look strange when the boulder moves. Yeah. That's okay, because we can probably turn direction fix off in the common event. And then... Heard you like to punch things. How's about I teach you to push boulders? No. Fine, then never mind. And yes. Okay, here you go. And now we should know the skill string. Oh, nice. It made a sound effect. I actually wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay. Right. So let's turn direction fix on. So that part works. Now we want to, if strength is activated, this board looks like it could be pushed. If strength is activated, trying to think, do we want, because in Pokemon you just turn it on, run into the thing, and then it moves, right? So let's just, I just want to try something. Let's just move her out this event, and we want it to do move away from the player. Man, little baby hair in my mouth. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. Skip if cannot move, and wait for completion. Yeah, there's the direction fix. So we're going to have it turn direction fix off temporarily, move away from the player, and then turn direction fix back on. If strength is activated, it does this, else, blah, blah, blah. So let's give this a shot. See how this plays out. This boulder looks like it could be pushed. Okay. That's looking good. I heard you like to... Oh, it says push things. Heard you like to push things. Let's do this. Use strength. Oh, it can't move because of the shovel, I think. Oh, so it is functioning like I want it to. You have to step on the tile first. I was worried that when you stepped on an adjacent tile, that it would automatically, like, without you actually pushing it, like, as soon as you got near it, it would automatically move. But that's not what happens. So that's good. We need to get rid of that shovel. And probably the boxes as well. Is this tile passable? I don't know if this... I don't think this tile is passable. This one should be, though. Let's go ahead and get rid of those. Now let's give it a shot. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I don't have strength. That's right. How about I teach you to push boulders? Yes. Okay. Skill. That's interesting. I wonder why... it moved the first time, and then the second time the graphic didn't change when it moved. Let's, after this whole thing, let's have it turn self switch A on, and then on this new page we're gonna have it actually reset the boulder location. So show text, reset boulder location, question mark, A, choices, no, if yes, Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Set event location. Boulder, and we want it to go back to here. And then there's like some handling we could do if this was like a part of a like a legit puzzle. There's some like a handler we can make where if it's where the player is, then you can't reset it. But I guess you can't reset it if you have to come up here and interact with it anyways. You can't reset it on top of yourself. So that'll be okay. Okay. Let's look at this again. Just got an error message. That's weird. All right. Let's see what you got here, bud. Now we get the skill. Let's activate it. Let's push it this direction. Yeah, see, the graphics slightly changed there. And then now it doesn't change. But we can push it. So that's good. I think we want to turn the walking animation on. I think that's what that is. Wait, how come? I'm not sure why that self switch didn't work. All right. First, let's fix a couple quick things here. Aren't you like to push things? How about I teach you to push boulders? So, okay. Okay, here you go. And then give you strength. And then turn self switch A on. Oh, okay, that's why. We had the wrong thing checked. And then let's turn walking on. Let's see how that works now. This one actually is a little easier than I expected. Now, there are some minor details that you would have to deal with on a puzzle by puzzle basis. Yeah, there we go. See, now it's looking like a boulder that moves. What if we... I kind of feel like that's the only way. It's making... I feel like it's making... Like it's moving through this animation, and then once it stops, it goes back to its default shadow there. Which I don't really want it to do. Maybe in this branch... Because the only reason we really wanted direction fix on was so that when you interacted with it and you did not have strength on, it would give you a message, but the boulder graphic would change, right, when you interacted with it. We didn't want that, obviously. What if we just take turning it back on out of here? Maybe that fixes it. Yeah, why does it act so strange? Should we have it step away from character instead of move away from character? Let's take a look here. Let's do... Move away from player. If instead we do one step backwards. I wonder what that would look like. If this was a human's animation, which maybe I'll change it to temporarily, so I can see, because it's the boulder. Like the only the only real way I have to gauge what direction it's facing at any given time is the shadow of the boulder. But if it was an NPC character, it'd be a lot easier to tell what's going wrong here. Yeah, see, it's like every other push, it does like an extra graphic move. Very weird. Let's go ahead and change this graphic to an NPC graphic so we can see what's going on. I like the robot, so let's check out the robot. Figure out what's going on here. Boulder looks like it could be pushed. Okay. That actually functions quite well. Faces away. Faces away. Steps back. I think it's how RPG Maker is animating the sprite. When I don't really know how I can explain it. I just kind of see it in my head. So when it has it take a step back, it's almost like it starts in this position. Or let's say it starts in this position. Okay, well, here. It starts here, and it has it cycle 1, 2 steps back, and then 1, 2, 3 for some reason. Or it like, if it's here, it'll have it go 1, 2, 3, and then like it'll to resettle on this base standing animation. Let's look at this common event and see. This is probably a very easy fix, and I'm just not. I'm not really understanding it. Moves in the opposite direction without turning around. What if we have it move away from player and then turn away from player every time? Let's give that a shot and see what that looks like. As far as it actually working, it works now. It functions. It's just the animation of it is a little funky. I just want to figure out why that is. And now, so now what I'm looking at is it initially interacts with you. Yeah, it faces you when, okay. So now maybe we can have it, let's take direction fix off. See what that looks like. Also, I keep getting JavaScript errors when I start this. I'm not sure why. It still makes a third animation, which is really weird. I want to get that sorted out, though. Use the walking animation when the character's not moving. Use the walking animation while the character is moving. I feel like this is such an easy fix and I'm overthinking it. Let's turn direction fix off. Gonna test this to see. I don't think this is gonna do anything. I think it's still gonna be an issue, but yeah. See, it slightly turns to face you. Which I think is one of the reasons that the boulder like looks so funky when it's moving. But if we don't turn direction fix off, then it doesn't. I'm just gonna experiment with a couple different settings here. See, at least then, it doesn't really. I almost prefer it that way. Until I can get a fix together for. Face down is what, the top row? I think I almost prefer it that way. Until I can figure out how to stop it from facing you when you interact with it. Yeah, I think that's mostly fine. Okay. Now that that's in place, let's create something here where inside this movement or out, we can also get rid of turn away from the player. That's fine. And we can probably get rid of it from here as well. Let's play a sound effect before it moves. Let's I don't know what kind of sound effects we got. That's not really what I want. Earth. I mean, it's called strength, right? I don't know. That still doesn't sound very good. Oh, that's horrible. There's no, good boulder moving sounds. Other than maybe a hit noise. This is like the closest one so far. Crash? No. There's no just basic, like, just a basic hit move. That's mostly fine. I'm just gonna take it down to 35. RPG Maker's freaking volume, like the way volume functions in RPG Maker, it feels so jacked to me. All I heard was boom, but now I understand. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a sound effect for this boulder push. Go. Okay, apply. And I think it's safe enough. I think we're pretty much done with the options here. We can go ahead and copy this and paste it 3 times. Okay. I think this is pretty much it as far as strength goes. Strength and cut will probably be fairly easy, I would think. Yeah, let's just turn on strength here. There we go. Now we got our treasure chest. You'll love to see it. I was like, what the f- My phone was in my pocket. I'm so sorry. Just hear crash. Little did you know, I'm on the back of a pickup truck. This is my streaming setup. This is like a box in the back of a truck. We're cruising. We're cruising. All right. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. As far as strength goes, right? I mean, it's fairly simple. I'm not really sure what else I would change about it. If we're going strictly off Pokemon, you have to activate the skill first. The only thing... Oh, that's right. We didn't get the skill. The only thing that you would need to do on the dev end is if you wanted to reset the boulders after they leave the room, you could do that. If you wanted to, every time they leave a location, turn the strength switch off. So what I would do is I would have, like in my game, I'm working on having an intro, like an entering and exiting process for every map. And inside there, it'll do things like reset certain switches that are tied to certain systems, stuff like that. Do you stand while streaming? I need to rest my old back. Yeah, I do mostly on my days off from work just to kind of keep me active and stuff. And actually, I'm wearing a posture corrector right now. Trying to, fix my horrible posture. We're getting ready to sit down after this stuff. This is actually all I wanted to get done in RPG Maker today. I just kind of wanted to get in and mess around with this. And I think it actually works nearly flawlessly. I mean, we had a weird issue with the direction thing, but I think we pretty much worked around that fairly well. And yeah. So I'm not really sure. Because I'm thinking about what strength does in Pokemon games. And I don't think it does anything more than we just did. I think it does exactly what it is doing in this game, right? I'll play test it one more time just to be sure. But I think it does exactly what it's doing here. Oh, we still have the playtest up. But yeah, I think it does exactly what it's doing here. So we'll go through the whole thing fast. Let's make an NPC here. Teach you how to push boulders. Here we go. Now we have the skill. We're going to use it. There we go. And then push these boulders around. And there's our treasure chest. And I think pretty much it. Like that's it as far as strength goes. You know, in the YouTube, in the like the actual polished YouTube video, I'll probably be going over how to like sort of just the intricacies, right? Like how to handle resetting it, how to handle activation, like if you want it to activate through a skill or you want it to just be active all the time once you have the skill, stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much ready to make the YouTube video for strength. I thought about doing one all together of all the HMs from the Pokemon games. But I feel like, man, that would turn into like an hour-long video, and not only is that a lot to ask a viewer to watch, but it's also a lot for me to create at one time too. So I think we're probably just gonna do strength first, and then it'll be like a whole series basically on HMs. The one I want to do after this is cut. Cut will be incredibly easy. That should be an incredibly short video, and honestly, I could probably just make that right now in 5 minutes. But the one after that will be fly, and fly is not as complicated as you would think, but there are some smaller details that you need to work out. Like you would have to have a trigger in each major city that you go to that says, this is now the location for, or this location's now available for fly, and then I'd have to figure out how to handle the list of locations. So, which would obviously be under show choices, but a lot of people are going to have more than 6 places to go to. So, I think, is show choices 6 or 8? It's 6. So, maybe you would separate it by continent, like continent 1, you go into there, it gives you a list of countries there, or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out when I get there. But yeah, strength is done. And then the next one I'll be working on is cut. So, chat, what do you want to do now? Should we? I'm thinking. I either want to do Destiny 2 or finish Zelda. I'm so close to. I'm like 3 dungeons away from finishing Zelda. Crisis Core I want to save for a little later in the week. Though I am having a really good time playing Crisis Core, I think I want to play some Legend of Zelda. Destiny 2's made me a little salty lately, and I think the homies are going to want to play PvP later on today, so I don't really want to burn myself out on it now. So I think we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to switch over, and we are going to play some Legend of Zelda Link to the Past through the Nintendo Switch online service. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. If you like retro games, if you like RPGs, if you like stuff like this, you know, I'm trying to get the creation of RPG Maker content into the stream more. So definitely stop by twitch.tv/RunTheMC, and I appreciate you all.